Hello everybody, this is going to be a bit of a somber video, as if my others are happy and joyful. But I'm in Waco, Texas right now, at the site of the 1993 Waco massacre. This is the ruins of the Branch Davidian home that burned down thanks to the federal government. No thanks to the federal government, rather. I'm not going to get into the politics of this. I'll let you make up your own mind about this, but needless to say, I was very much opposed to what happened to these people who were living peacefully. They still own the property here, but to think what happened here is a sobering reminder of the power of government, the power they wield over the average citizen. Because after all, government can't exist without force. Here's the school bus that was buried and still is. Keep out, obviously, because the ground will probably collapse. The last time I visited this area was 20 years ago. This is actually my third time here. They've built a new facility here. There are homes on the property. And there is a memorial at the entryway. I'll be getting video and pictures of that a little bit later. April 19th, 1993, a day I will never forget. I was in college at that time. I remember turning on CNN, watching the beginnings of what happened to these people on that fateful day. I was horrified, saddened. And it only made me double down on my desire to see something like this never happen to another American citizen ever again. I met a survivor of this massacre years ago, back in 2000. He was one of the few people that actually made it out of the building alive. Looks like some foundation work here. All right, let's go see what else is here. Also here is a memorial to everybody that died on that horrible day. Some of the names don't show up particularly well. A victim that was 1.5 years old, age 4. It's disgusting. Another one that's 1.5 years old, 8 years old. You can make an argument that adults are responsible for their own fates, but you can't do that for the children. "18 children, 10 years old and younger." You can go ahead and pause this to read. Chanel Andrade, I guess how you pronounce it, age 1. Religiously, this is a branch of the Seventh-day Adventist. You can believe what you want or not believe what you want religiously. I'm not here to push any particular religious belief system, but that's the origin of the Branch Davidian church. So I respect their decisions to live how they want. I have no reason to oppose their belief systems. Oh, jeez. I can't even read some of these. It's so depressing. In the church off in the distance, the little chapel that's rebuilt partially on the remains of the burned down compound they had. There was a gentleman there from Nigeria who was volunteering to work there. He's not a survivor, but a wonderful, wonderful gentleman. I had a nice, long, deep talk with, and it'd be nice to come back and see him again. Don't know if that'll ever happen. Welcome to new Mount Carmel Center, the Stone Church, the Branch, Lord our righteousness, and it gives some biblical quotes at the bottom. And there's the gate to their property. So again, believe what you want. But as for me, as back then in 1993, I stand opposed to the murderous use of force by any government, especially when it came to an unpaid tax on a gun. They could have easily arrested David Koresh when he was out on his morning runs along this road. And back then, this place was even more isolated. Waco has grown significantly since then. It's grown significantly since the last time I visited this area 20 years ago. They could have arrested him, but no, they did not. I won't get into the reasons why they chose to do this and chose to bring television crews along to watch an ATF and FBI raid over an unpaid tax. If you've never heard of this, go to Google or go to YouTube and watch the attack on the Branch Davidian compound on April 19th, 1993. I try not to be too terribly controversial in my videos. Well, I've kind of crossed that line a couple times, but you know, I want it to be relatively friendly. But some things in life just present themselves to you face to face that you just can't ignore, and calls you to make a decision on your ethics and morals. And while there have been allegations lodged against David Koresh and some members of the Branch Davidian Church, none of those accusations deserved to have what happened. And on that note, on this nice sunny day here in Texas, New Year's Eve actually, not sure when this will be put on YouTube, but on this nice sunny day here, I'll bid you all adieu. Take care. Peace out.